So let's just get right into it. We all tend to think our lives are shaped by things that happen to us, right? But what if I told you that the most powerful force for changing your life is actually already inside your own head? Today, we're going to talk about that incredible and honestly mostly untapped power we all have to take control of our mindset and literally reprogram how we see the world. But let's be real for a second. For a lot of us, that world inside our head can be a pretty tough place to live. There's this constant critic just narrating everything we do. And this quote from Mel Robbins, wow, it just hits you, doesn't it? We can be our own absolute worst enemy, saying stuff to ourselves we would never, ever dream of saying to a friend. Which brings us to the million-dollar question. How do you actually get that negative voice to pack its bags and get out? Well, you can't just tell it to shut up. It doesn't work like that. It's really about a fundamental reset of your brain's programming, and that's exactly what we're going to break down. Okay, first things first. We've got to understand the opponent. Let's get properly introduced to that voice that just won't quit. I love the name Mel Robbins gives it, the jerk that lives in your head. It's perfect. You know the one. It's that voice that whispers things like, you're not good enough, or you're gonna fail. And it blows every tiny little mistake way out of proportion. Just recognizing that voice for what it is, an inner critic, not the truth, that's the first step to taking its power away. So you might be wondering, how does this inner critic get so much control anyway? Well, it's because it hijacks your mind's built-in filter. See, your mindset isn't just a mood you're in. It's an active lens that is literally coloring your entire reality. Think about it like a pair of sunglasses. If you pop on a pair with dark, gloomy lenses, the whole world is going to look gray and depressing. But if you put on a pair with bright, colorful lenses, suddenly the world seems vibrant and full of life. The world itself didn't change at all, just the filter you were looking through. And this filter is working 24/7. I mean, two people can be in the exact same situation and have completely different experiences. Someone with that pessimistic filter can be on the most beautiful beach in the world and only focus on the one cloud in the sky. Meanwhile, someone with an optimistic filter just shrugs off the little annoyances and sees every challenge as a reason to ask, hey, why not give it a shot? This really hammers home the point Mo Gautout makes. Your flight gets delayed. For one person, it's a total disaster. For another, it's an unexpected bonus hour to read a book. The event itself is neutral. Our happiness or our misery comes from the story we decide to tell ourselves about it. Okay, I know you might be thinking, this all sounds a little bit like wishful thinking, right? But it's actually grounded in some pretty solid neuroscience. There's a part of your brain that's in charge of all this filtering. So let's meet the bouncer. It's got a fancy name, the reticular activating system, or the RAS for short. Your brain is getting hit with millions of pieces of information every single second. It's impossible to process it all. So the RAS acts like a gatekeeper, deciding what's important enough to get your attention and what's just background noise. It's a survival tool, really, to keep us from being totally overwhelmed. And here is the part that changes everything. Mel Robbins has this great analogy. She says the RAS is like a bouncer at a nightclub. And you, through what you think about and focus on, you're the one writing the guest list. You are literally telling the bouncer who to let in and who to keep out. I guarantee you've experienced this. It even has a name, the Baader-Meinhof phenomenon. It's when you decide you want to buy, say, a Ford Bronco, and then all of a sudden, you see them everywhere you look. The number of Broncos on the road didn't magically go up overnight. They were always there. You just gave your brain's bouncer a new instruction. Hey, let the Broncos in. And it started pointing them out to you. This is where it gets really, really cool. Because if you can accidentally tell your brain to look for Ford Broncos, that means you can intentionally tell it to look for other things, like opportunities or positivity or reasons to feel good about yourself. It's all about reprogramming. So Mel Robbins suggests this super simple but really powerful little exercise. She calls it looking for hearts. For just one day, your only job is to find a naturally occurring heart shape. It could be in a cloud, a puddle, a crack in the sidewalk, whatever. When you find one, you just mentally acknowledge it. That simple act is you consciously handing a new, updated guest list to your brain's bouncer. Because, of course, this exercise has nothing to do with hearts. It's a training drill for your brain. It's you proving to yourself in real time that you are the one in control. Every heart you spot is like a little piece of evidence that your mind is listening to your directions and that it's ready to start working for you instead of against you. And you can take this principle and just run with it in so many ways. Start your day by telling yourself, I am capable, and your brain's bouncer will start looking for proof that you are. Focus on what you want, not what you're worried about, and your brain will start spotting opportunities you never saw before. Practice gratitude, and your brain will start highlighting all the good that's already in your life. So when you strip it all away, what does this all boil down to? It all comes back to one simple, incredibly empowering idea: the power of choice. And I want to be crystal clear here. This is not about toxic positivity. It's not about pretending problems don't exist. A positive mindset isn't about ignoring reality. It's about giving you the tools to face that reality differently. It's what gives you resilience and creativity and the strength to look a challenge right in the eye. This quote from Wayne Dyer just sums it all up perfectly. The world you see on the outside is just a reflection of the world you've built on the inside. When you take control of your inner world, your thoughts, your focus, your filter, you fundamentally change your experience of the outer world. It's that simple. So, the power is in your hands. That bouncer for your brain, it's standing right there, just waiting for your instructions. The only question left is, what are you going to put on the guest list? Is it going to be all the problems and all the reasons for self-doubt? Or is it going to be opportunities, gratitude, and proof of your own strength? What will you tell your brain to look for today?